When we're solving quadratics by factoring, the first step is to know that we're going to have to make sure our quadratic, which again here's our general form for a quadratic, is that our our quadratic is all on the left or right hand side and in descending order set equal to 0. Here's our first example we're going to solve by factoring. Now open up, if it's a nice trinomial like this, go ahead and look for a greatest common factor. This one didn't happen to have one, so I've gone ahead and opened up my 2 parentheses factors. And you'll see trial and error on both of these examples we'll show today. Let's see here. First thing I want to do is find some factors of x squared, which are x and x. X times x multiplies to the x squared. 9. Factors of 9 that may add or subtract out to be negative 10. Remember, this question can be posed because we do have a 1 in front of the x squared term. So factors of 9 that may add or subtract out to be 10 are 9 and 1. Use your inside and outside product rule to help you place the signs. Here, both will be negative. In order to finish solving by factoring, you're going to set each one of these equal to 0, each factor equal to 0, and solve it for the x's. All quadratics provide exactly 2 answers, so make sure when you're solving a quadratic you do have 2 answers represented at the end. That way you'll know you did everything you needed to. Our second example that we're going to look at that we can illustrate our factoring technique on actually starts out in this form. Remember, your first step will always be to move everything over to the left or right hand side, as long as it's in descending order, set equal to 0. Again, always look in factoring for a greatest common factor. Because there isn't a greatest common factor here, I'm going to go ahead and open up my 2 parentheses terms and ready for trial and error. Factors of 2x squared are 2x and x. Factors of 33. Now remember, because there is not a 1 in front of the x squared term, we're not looking for factors of 33 this time that add or subtract out to be 19. Rather, we're looking for the inside and outside product that will get me a 19. So I'm going to choose to place my 11 here and my 3 in the first position there. Let's see what happens. When I do the inside and outside product, I get 3x. When I do the outside product, I get 22x. And again, let the problem, using this technique here in factoring, will help you place the signs. What do the signs have to be so that they add up to be negative 19x? The 22 will have to be negative, the positive will have to be on the 3x. Positive 3x minus 22x is negative 19x. The top sign goes in the first parentheses, the bottom sign goes in the second. Again, all of this is just part of me factoring, so it's not part of the answer. All right, now take each one of your factors once you have completely factored him, set them equal to 0, and solve for x. We get 2x is equal to negative 3, or x is negative 3 halves. And we also get x is equal to 11. Remember, as we mentioned earlier, all quadratics will generate exactly 2 answers. The next technique we want to illustrate is the square root method.